Good afternoon, everyone. It's a beautiful Tuesday here.
It sure is.
In Woodland Hills, California. I'm talking to Sensei Benny, and he doesn't even know what we're going to talk about. I'm just going to surprise him. So I had a crazy idea 5 years ago when I fought for when I turned 50, and I wanted to spar 50 people. And Sensei was gracious enough to be the ref and kind of help me guide through it. And only recently, I wanted to look back at the videotape of the stuff that I did. But I want to make sure, admit that I've never fought in the ring. I have no experience in full contact or anything like that. That was my first time being in, sparring. And one of the things that Sensei did with me was I knew 50 rounds. I was like round 10 or 11, I was done. I was like, I'm done. And I remember Sensei doing something to me. He would come to me, hold my shoulders, and say, Sensei Fariborz, it's round 1. And I'm like, no, Sensei, it's round 12. He goes, no, it's round 1 for them. And you need to understand, we're going to start again. And by the 12 and the 13 and the 14 and the 15, something happened. I'm like, no, there's no way. And he kept saying, it's round 1. We're going to start all over again. And I'm thinking, no, Sensei, it's round 21. He goes, no, round 1 for them. And that means basically start fresh. Doesn't matter what, start fresh. And by the round 22, 23, I believed them. And that's the only reason I don't give credit to my cardio, I don't give credit to my practice, I don't give credit to any of those except something in my mind valued two things. It valued coaching. Again, I don't have any experience in the ring, so I don't know what it's like to have somebody coach you in a moment of all this stuff. So I admire that. But I wanted to just talk about that for a second is what was that like for you to be able to be in fights? And my sparring, they weren't in fights, they were, but yours, you had actual full out somebody who wanted to take your head off. And you went rounds and rounds and rounds. Is that the same mentality you had? You walk in, I'm fresh, I'm for the next one. Is that what happened?
I only teach from experience, and I was passing you my experience.
Yes, sir.
My experience was, to me, back in the 70s, there were 15 rounds. There wasn't 12 rounds. It was 15 rounds. And so actually I was able to go from bout 1 to bout 15 nonstop, kicking and punching, which most people get tired kicking, and just in the first round they start getting tired. So the kicks were getting less. Now in the PKA, they made a rule that you had to kick at least 7 times. Most fighters could not kick 7 times per round. So they made it a rule, you have to kick at least. So what you do is you find some of these guys, they will kick 7 times, they will flip it 7 times in the air, and then they will start, why? Because it would take too much energy to kick. To me, if I couldn't actually go from bout 1 to bout ending, kicking and punching, I was not ready for the fight. So every time that the bell rang, to me, my brother said, how you feel? I said, I feel great. Because to me, the I am concept of what you tell yourself at that time, the body mind only knows what the commander is saying.
Right.
So if I'm saying I'm getting tired, the body mind is saying, oh, we're getting tired. And the hands get higher. So in my mind, hey, it's bout 1, here we go. As far as I was concerned. So each round was bout 1. And when the time 8th round came, people were telling me, why do you keep getting stronger? I said, well, as far as I was concerned, you think I get stronger as I go. As far as I'm concerned, I get more excited as I go. And to me, it's the first round. It's exciting as the first round as round 15. There was no difference.
And comparing that to our regular lifestyle and our life, every day is a new fresh start.
That's right. New beginnings.
Every class I teach now, I try to remember that. It's the first class. It might not be for me, but it is for that student.
That's right. That's how true that is.
Right. And walking into that class thinking, this might be the last class I ever teach. Do I want to be remembered this way or do I remember this way? So So those words really it made a huge impact to me, and I want to thank you again. But what a great opportunity to be in presence of someone that you can learn life skills. And that's one thing about a lot of people to try to teach life skills. I don't think life skills is something you teach. Skills are something you watch, you see, and you experience. And that was one of the moments for me. So thank you for your time, Sensei.
My pleasure.